I'm here today with the Make a Difference program. I love watching Ufam TV.
It's just the newest right now in our country, Uganda.
Where we make a difference
in people's lives. Please follow us in all social media platforms.
Don't forget to watch Ufam TV.
I love watching Ufam TV. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year.
How is Indiana?
Indiana is, it's in the Midwest of America, so sort of in the middle, towards the east a little bit. I've lived there almost my whole life. I grew up there. I was born there. If somebody's born in Indiana, they're called a Hoosier.
A Hoosier.
A Hoosier. So I'm a Hoosier.
Hoosier. So if someone is born in Chicago, what are they called?
Chicago is in Illinois, so Chicago's not actually a state.
Hey.
Yeah, it's a city.
Okay.
It's in Illinois. And if you're born in Illinois, I'm not actually sure what you're called. Illinoisian, maybe? I don't know. Okay. I know Ohio, which is on the other side of Indiana. If you're born there, you're called a Buckeye.
Buckeye?
Buckeye.
Yeah. Buckeye. Is that English?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's like buck and then I.
Ah,
Buckeye.
Buckeye. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Then Hoosier?
Hoosier, that's Indiana.
Is it also English?
Mm-hmm.
What does that mean?
I don't think it has a meaning.
Okay.
Yeah, if it has a meaning, I've never known it in all my years in Indiana. But yeah, I was born and raised there. It's very flat. It's not connected to any bodies of water. Lots of farming, lots of corn, which is like maize, soybeans. So yeah, lots of farming, and then in the city, the main city, we have Indianapolis, which is the capital, and I live closer to the capital, so sort of in between all the farming in the city. So we call that the suburb, which is pretty comparable to Mukono because it's not like Kampala, but it's also not like Kapchorwa.
Yes.
So yeah, it's nice. All my family and friends are there, just about. So that's what I love most about it. But if I could pick up all my friends and family and go to another state, I quickly would. There are more beautiful states than Indiana.
Wow.
Oregon is my favorite state.
Which one?
Oregon.
Oregon. Okay.
It's in the northwest, near Canada.
Okay.
But it has the ocean.
Is it the one called Ohio? Ohio?
That's Ohio. That's the Buckeye State.
Okay.
That one's also the Midwest. That one's right next to Indiana. I went to school in Ohio. But I lived in Oregon for a year. And it's just so beautiful. It has mountains. It has the ocean. There's some deserts. It looks closer to Uganda, actually.
Wow.
With the mountains and greenery and all that. It rains a lot, and I love rain.
Wow. How is the weather in Indiana?
In Indiana, it changes. Since we're in the middle, we get all 4 seasons. So we have summer, which is quite hot. If we're outside too much, us Mzungus, our skin turns red. Some people can get tan, but my family's originally Dutch, so I don't get tan. I just turn red. That's the summer. Kids are out of school, that sort of thing. And then you have the spring.
So you're not purely American?
I am, but if you like go back generations, like my parents were born in America, their parents were born in America. But if you go back, do you know Ellis Island? Ellis Island. So basically, like years ago, when a lot of immigrants were coming to America, they came through an island called Ellis Island. So that's originally where my family came from, on my dad's side, from Holland. So yeah. My surname actually, so it's Van, like the vehicle.
Van Elizabeth.
Van Elizabeth. But originally it was actually Van Bumble, which is...
Van Bumble.
Yeah, Van Bumble. Bumble like a bumblebee. Yeah.
Okay.
So that's the Dutch name, but it's been changed. But yeah, so originally Dutch.
Wow.
But yeah, so yeah, there's summer, there's spring, which is when there's lots of rain, fall or autumn, it's called both. That's when the leaves change colors and start falling off the trees. Then you have winter, which I'm sure everybody knows is snow.
Yeah, but for me, I've never experienced winter.
Yeah, most people here haven't. But they were like, oh, snow's like ice. And I'm like, it's very similar to ice.
Yeah.
I had a friend who wants to come to America, and I was like, there's no way you could survive the snow. And he's like, I'm going to put my hand in a freezer and see how long I can keep my hand in this freezer. I don't think he lasted 10 seconds with his hand.
So it is as cold as a freezer?
Oh, yeah.
No.
Mm-hmm. Sometimes even colder. You have to wear lots of layers,
Sure.
and hat and gloves and boots. Yeah, we have specific like scrapers for our cars to like get the snow off. We have to like chisel the ice off.
No.
Some people put chains on the wheels so that you can get through the snow.
Sure.
Oh yeah, lots
It's
It's intense, but it depends on where in America. So like in Oregon, you would never see that. In Indiana, you see that not every year, but some years. But if you go more north, then you get lots of snow. But yeah, but for me, I like snow.
Okay.
Especially around Christmas when you have all the Christmas lights and everything.
Pictures,
it's really nice.
True.
And the kids play in the snow, which is always fun.
Are you excited having Christmas in Uganda?
Yeah, I'm really excited. This will be my first Christmas in Uganda.
What is the plan?
Well, usually my family goes to the village, but this year we're not because my Mama Jackie, is pregnant.
Oh.
And the due date was actually 2 days ago, but we're still waiting.
Yeah.
So we'll have baby Michael any day now.
Wow.
So he'll be too little to travel to the village.
Yeah.
So we'll be staying in Mukono.
Okay.
And just spending the day home with the family.
Wow.
I brought gifts for the kids from America, which they've been trying to snoop in my room to find them. And I told them, I left them at the house on the Booty Road. They're not here. So when I told them I was coming here today, they're like, are you going to get our presents? But yeah, so we'll just be spending time with the family and probably eating a lot of food.
But you don't eat a lot.
Yeah, but I'm learning to eat more.
You sure?
Yeah, my little sister, her name is Teta, and she's 4. The other day, she said to our mom, she was like, Mommy, when you're not here, Chloe doesn't eat as much. She only eats when you're here. And I was like, what kind of sister throws you under the bus like that?
Yeah.
Because it's true, I will eat more when she's there because I know she's watching.
True.
But if she's not there, I won't eat as much. But yeah, I'm slowly eating more. Wow. Ugandan food is really good.
Wow.
Yeah.
Amazing. So how is Chloe? Is Chloe married? Is Chloe married? Elizabeth Van Chloe, is she married?
Oh, no, I'm not married.
Okay, what are you waiting for?
I'm waiting for God to give me the right guy. It's all on Him.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. We are waiting for that God to speak.
Yeah, I'll let you know when it happens.
Yeah, I should be there for that wedding. We should be clapping, enjoying.
Yeah.
So your mom and dad are in Indiana?
Yes, they're both in Indiana. They both work from home. They stay at home with my mother's mother, my grandma. Yeah.
Yeah, I always hear people say, especially Americans, we work from home. What do they mean by that?
So, my mother, she works for a company called Salesforce Marketing Cloud. Okay. And I don't quite understand all of it, but it's like computer programming type things. So they have an option of working in the office, but the office is based in Chicago, which is, like I said, in Illinois, which is a different state. So it's too far away. So because all the work is online, she just stays at home. Wow. She has a desk and a computer, and then she just sits there and does all her work. They have Zoom calls. They use Slack. Wow. So yeah, she can work everything from home. They did just have like a holiday party recently, so she drove to Chicago for that.
Wow.
But yeah.
Uganda, you are listening. We should also start working from home.
Yeah, if you're able to, it's nice. I would really love to get a remote job because it like makes traveling very easy. Like for me, to come here for like 2.5 months, I'll be here, and I left my job. I told them, because there's no job that would give you that amount of time off, really.
Did you quit that job or you asked for a leave?
No, I quit. Yeah, I
Too
did.
much sacrifice.
But you know, it was the nursing job that I was telling you about, like nursing social work. And I'm trying to like change courses. Right now I'm doing like an online course for data analytics. So I'm hoping to do a job in that so that I can work remotely. So that way I can travel anywhere. I can go back to Oregon, I can come to Uganda and continue to work.
And she will be on Ufam TV.
Yeah, and be back here. And that way I can continue working no matter where in the world I am. So that's the long-term goal.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Which plans do you have for 2023?
2023, grad school, getting my master's degree in business administration. That's the primary goal. But besides that, just seeing what happens, I guess. Taking it a day at a time.
So your mother supports you financially?
No. I mean, she would help if I asked for it, but I support myself.
Because now you said you resigned and you are here. So
I'm sure it's confusing. I saved up.
Okay.
I saved up.
Okay, for that trip.
Yeah, and I was able, thankfully, like I've been living somewhere where I haven't had to pay rent. So that was helping with saving and working overtime, lots of hours.
What do you love about Uganda?
The thing I love most about Uganda is the pace of the culture.
Wow.
Yeah, in America you find everything is very fast-paced. It's all about upward advancement. Like very go. Like how can you be on top? How can you be better? Which isn't inherently bad. Like it's okay to want to advance, but I think they take it a bit too far.
So it reminds me how someone commented, says Uganda people are just relaxed. It's as if they don't know where they want to go.
Exactly. Yeah. I think they're definitely like some people are on the extreme side of both. Like some people never stop moving and some people don't start moving.
True.
But yeah, I have found a very happy medium to where like you can have goals and expectations and like desires and all these things, but like you don't have to compare yourself to others. You know, everybody's on their own path. And oftentimes I'll tell people like in America you don't have time to just sit and have tea. But like sitting and having tea is like a staple in Uganda. And so I remember when I first came here in 2019 and I was a student at the university, we would take our tea in our mugs and we'd be moving. We'd be moving with it. And like going to class or going to study and we'd be moving with our tea. And somebody told us, some Ugandan students complained about us. They were like, these Americans are moving with their tea. Why are they moving? Just sit down. And it's because like we're so in the mindset of like if you're sitting there just drinking tea, you're wasting time.
Wow.
Like you need to be doing something productive.
Wow.
And so like to like switch that mindset of like, no, I can sit and have tea and not be doing anything else and it's fine.
Chloe, do you think it is better that what do you think is better, to be fast moving or to be slow like how we are?
I think it depends a lot on the individual and what the goal is. Like I said, there are extremes for both sides. I think with people who are always trying to be productive and always trying to get ahead and you know all that, there's a very high risk of burnout. And burnout is something that is very prominent in America. And burnout leads to like terrible mental health. It can start affecting physical health. And then the work that you're doing isn't good work because you haven't like rested and you're not fully yourself to be able to do the work. Have you ever heard the saying, you can't pour from an empty cup? It's kind of like that. If you don't take time to pause and take care of yourself and your own needs, then you're not going to be doing yourself any favors or the people around you. You're not going to be doing your best work.
True.
So I think it's good to want to advance, to want to work, to want to get things done, but not at the risk of your own health or your own sanity sometimes. So Yeah, I'd say it's definitely both, because some people then on the flip side, like I said, can get stuck, and then they'll be sitting there having their tea, and then maybe they'll do something else, and then maybe they'll do something else, watch a movie, read a book, and then it's like then their task never gets done.
Yeah. In fact, we can take tea from about like we can take tea from about 10 to about 11. You are taking a cup of tea, just I don't know how many meals. It's quite weird. So I think for me, your culture of saying drink while doing something, I think it's better, because you can still take the tea because it's just tea.
Yeah, I think, and I'll take tea while I'm doing my coursework or stuff like that, but I think it's also the mindset of if you need to give yourself time to recharge. So yeah, being in Uganda is like a big recharge for me before going back, and then it's just like,
what are the working hours in the States?
For me personally, or just like typically?
Okay, typically, maybe generally.
Generally, people usually have like 6 to 8 hour shifts of work. Depends on the job. But 40 hours a week is the usual. That's a full-time job, 40 hours a week.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think, I don't know, but in Uganda, some people are really working hard. I don't know what to say, but they have a lot of hard work, They have a lot of hard work. They do hard work, but they are non-productive. Have you tried to realize that?
How do you mean?
For example, if you see people lifting heavy things, and then they are given a penny of money, they are doing small agriculture. You see them, they are fighting with the hose the whole day, then just digging food for eating. So do you realize there is almost nothing they are producing in the whole 12 hours? So have you realized that you haven't seen it?
No, I have realized, I've been able to work a lot with Reach One, Touch One Ministries in Kubiri. And like we have seen the individuals there who are farming, and they work all day in their gardens, and it's just to get the food for the day.
That is true.
And there's no like excess, there's no profit, that sort of thing.
Do you have such in the States?
We call it living paycheck to paycheck. So it's for people who they have rent, they have utilities, they have bills, like it could be medical bills, school bills, and so they use every paycheck that they get goes immediately to that, and then they have no excess. So we do have that, but we have government programs that try to help supplement if people are below the poverty line. I studied social work.
Oh, so your government supports people who are below that
below the poverty line. Yeah.
Wow.
If you meet certain criteria, it used to be called food stamps, and now it's called something else. I can't quite remember.
Food bank?
No, not food bank, but basically it's a card that you can receive to where you're given a certain amount of funds for receiving food from certain places. So not everybody will accept, not every shop will accept it, but lots of places do. Even my family, my parents married young, and they had children very young, and they had 4 of us very close together. My sister's 22 and my brother's 26, and that's the oldest and the youngest, and there's 4.
And Chloe's?
I'm 24.
Wow.
And then we have 23.
Wow.
So very, very close. So my parents had us young. We didn't have a lot of money. My dad didn't have a stable job. My mom was home taking care of us. So my family was below the poverty line. And we ended up getting government assistance through food stamps and things.
Who do you think you can call poor in the States?
Call poor?
Yeah. You said this one is really poor.
Well, we have one of the big problems in America is houselessness, or homelessness. But people are trying to steer clear of that term nowadays. So we have many individuals who you'll find out on the streets, and they live there. They sleep on benches and bushes, under bridges. and they'll have signs asking for just some money.
What is the cause of that?
A lot of it stems from, a lot of it can be drug use or alcohol abuse. You find a lot of that, and then you also find a lot of just systemic problems. The government tries to help, but also I think it hinders more than it helps. There's a lot of like the jails, like the crime in America, like they're very quick to do it. There's not a lot of grace, not a lot of mercy, and then once you have something on your record, it's harder to get a job. If you're struggling, if you have like a medical reason that you can't quite work, then you can't pay your house bill, then they kick you out. There's nowhere for you to go. So it can be like medical, it can be lots of different things. But there are lots of different projects for like house pods, of making like pods for people who don't have houses, and but it's a small step, and there's a very long way to go. That's one of the biggest issues in America.
Wow, someone watching, it's been a blessing to host Chloe. Chloe has been an amazing lady. She has been a blessing, and we are hoping to be always with her every other time she's in Uganda. So thank you for watching. We are thinking about how everyone can make a difference. Stories that make difference. Stories that people have done. I believe that people can make a difference. Nature can make a difference. Environment itself can make a difference. So some of us were touched because of environment. We are changed because of environment. Thank you so much. Wish to see you. Look, can we all say, make a difference?
Yeah.
Make a difference. Bye.